Hey my friend, what's happening? It's Carolina here. Today it's an important day and that's why I'm vlogging today, because I have a lot of stuff that I want to share with you. Today I'm selling my Mercedes. I'm selling my Mercedes today because, well, there are a few reasons. It's not because I don't have the money to pay for it. I have the money to pay for it. But it is so much more meaningful than just having the money to pay for it. And I will explain to you the reasons why I'm selling it. There are several ones. And it's not just about, me not needing a fancy car. It is really, really deep stuff that I discovered through a journey of self-discovery that I am going through right now. So there's a lot that I can share with you guys that I hope will inspire you and also make you think about certain decisions that you take in your own life, and not just when it comes to buying a car, but many other things. So let's go say goodbye. I still have a few more hours with my car. I am gonna miss it though. I am gonna miss it, but it's a good thing. Let's go. So let's start from the beginning. I got this car, well, my first Mercedes, I got it 5 years ago. And I got it because the company that I was an affiliate for a very long time, a company called Mob, they were giving away, they were not giving away cars, they were giving a bonus to get your dream car. And the truth is, Mercedes had never really been my dream car, but it was a moment where it was like, wow, I have the opportunity to get a nice, fancier car. I mean, I was driving, at the time I was driving, I think what was it? A Renault Megane. That's what I was driving at the time. And it was fine, you know, I was happy with it. But this opportunity came and they were gonna pay me a bonus monthly to pay for the lease or, for the car. So I took it. I sold my car, put a down payment, and then every month I would get a bonus. It was like $600 or so. So I got a small Mercedes, I got the A200. And it was nice, and I got used to it. And then 2 years later, I sold that one and got another one, got a GLA. This was back in 2015. And then 2 years later, I sold my GLA and I got this one here. This is a GLC 250, which is much bigger, much more expensive than the other two. I shared this. It was a really difficult thing that happened. The company was shut down. This thing happens in business. It was pretty rough for a lot of people. Ruined the finances of a lot of people. And I got screwed up as well a little bit. Probably not as much as it could have been, but it was a really bad time for me. Not just because of the money, not just because I lost an important income source, but because I was helping people build their dreams, and all the people I had brought in had dreams, and suddenly their dreams got cut short, and that made me feel very bad. I felt worse for all those other people than I felt for myself. But then I realized, wow, this affected me too on an emotional level. So not only this happened, right? I have other income streams. I have so much knowledge. I learned so much. I'm so grateful for that company still, despite the bad stuff that happened, and how it affected us, lots of people around the world. Despite all of that, it became bigger than that. I realized that a lot of the things I was doing and saying and showing were not really congruent with who I really was. And I always tried to show myself as somebody who's, humble and real and authentic. And I realized that some of it was incongruent with my authenticity. And one of those things was driving this big car. Or staying at a fancy hotel where I don't need to stay at. Right? Look at this car. Right? It's big, it's nice, it's beautiful. I'm gonna miss it, yeah. But here's what happened. I wanted to attract a certain kind of person. I wanted to attract people who were not interested in the fancy cars, people who were not interested in the mansions, because I live in a building. I don't live in a mansion. I don't need to, I don't want to. But I noticed that so many people were just bragging about cars. They were bragging about mansions. They were bragging about the $10,000 Rolex they bought for their mother. They were, and not just in this company, I'm talking about the industry, the affiliate marketing and internet marketing industry in general. And I started to feel really uncomfortable with all of that, because it wasn't me. And I had built this image of humility and authenticity, but some people were not seeing through to that. So I got lost in that a little bit. Never enough to forget who I am and where I really come from, but it was enough for me to feel this incongruence, like at a soul level. It's really hard to explain, but it's at a level that it's beyond your mind. It's beyond your heart. It's your soul. And so selling this car for me is a way to detach myself from that image that doesn't represent me anymore. I might still get another Mercedes, I don't know. I mean, I got used to driving and I got used to a lot of things, but I might go back to a really small one, less shiny, less expensive, less everything, because I am not my car, and you are not your car. You're so much more than that. Your personal brand is you. It's who you are. It's who you want to be. It's what you know. So I want to show people, and you know, that you can still make a lot of money and you can still thrive and you can still be really happy without the fancy cars and the mansions, but by simply spreading a message of positivity, of joy, of adding value to people's lives and to the world as a whole, not just people, but animals, plants, etc. So I guess that's it in a nutshell. That was kind of a long explanation. That's what I wanted to share today. I'm very excited though about this new journey. I'm very excited about detaching from this thing, from this car. It doesn't mean that I can't get a fancy car. It doesn't mean you cannot get a fancy car if you love it. Just don't think you need a fancy car to show off or to represent you, because you're so much more. All right, let's go write those checks. Okay guys, it's the end of the day. Car sold. So I'm sorry I look super tired right now, but I'm happy and I'm sad. I mean, every time I sell one of my cars, I feel like I'm letting go of I don't want to say a pet, because that's so much worse. But a little piece of me, I guess. I'm a very emotional person, not a materialistic person per se, but you know, a car is something special when you love cars, you know. So yeah, what's important here, guys, is that I'm never ever gonna go into debt for a car, for something that is a liability, for something that is not an investment. You don't need a fancy car. It doesn't represent who you are. You have so much more value to give to the world. And if you are going to put your money into something, invest it in your education, invest it in experiences. What was my dream when I started my online business? By the way, it's getting warm in here because I have the heating on. What was my dream when I started my online business? What did I want to do? What drew me? Right? What made it so attractive to work for my computer? Ultimately, freedom, traveling, and just not worrying about money in general. That was it. It was not to get the fancy cars or the fancy mansions or the yachts or all that stupid stuff. That either way, I can't afford those things right now, and I don't really care about those things. So does that mean I have less ambition? Does that mean I have smaller goals? No, absolutely not. Does that mean I cannot get a new house or another car, it doesn't mean that either. What it means is that you dissociate, and I'm hoping I'm using the right words here, but you dissociate or disassociate, I don't know, I'm sorry, English is not my first language, I'm sorry, your identity from stuff. Like, for example, I love iPhone. Do I use iPhone because of what it says about me? A little bit, yes. But this is not who I am. Now here's an important marketing nugget for you, which kind of negates what I'm saying, but this is how most human beings operate. And what I'm trying to do with this video, with this whole experience, is to snap you out of it. So here's the marketing nugget. People don't buy products and services, they buy identities. So when somebody buys a Mercedes, when somebody buys a Louis Vuitton, when somebody buys an iPhone, the majority of the time, let's be real, not always, but the majority of the time, it's not just because they're convenient or safe or good or the best quality or cheap or whatever. It's because of what this brand, this thing, this car, this mansion, this yacht says about me. That's the reality. And I want you to be aware of that and snap out of it and realize that, okay, yes, I do want to project a certain image to the world, but I have so much more to give. Okay? It's really hard to make a point here without trying to imply that you have to go live in the mountains like a monk or something. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm going to do. But it is so much better when we are aware of these things and we are able to detach, because we'll get a lot less hurt. And again, what's important here is that you understand that you are enough. You don't need the fancy stuff. So if you're looking to start a business, if you're looking to grow your current business, be clear about your goals and be clear about why you might eventually want the fancy cars. Make sure that you don't get lost there. Make sure that it's for the right reason and not to show off or to make a statement that this is who I am and that if I don't have this stuff, I feel incomplete or something. So anyway, that's enough for today, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this ramble, rant, whatever about this topic make you think about your own choices and your own reasons for wanting certain stuff. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But remind yourself of what's really important. Making an impact, making money work for you. So if you're going to upgrade your life, don't upgrade your life. Don't get the fancy stuff. Put your money back into your business. Put your money to work for you. Put it into investments. Maybe even donate to a cause you believe in. Or if you're going to invest it in yourself, invest in more education, in becoming better, in experiences, in travel, and yeah, get a few fancy stuff here and there, but don't do it until you don't even notice it. When it's money that you don't even notice, that might be a good moment to upgrade your lifestyle. But if upgrading your lifestyle is something noticeable, there you go. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think about this topic. And give the video a thumbs up as well. I love getting comments. I get very few comments. As you can see, my channel has very, very little engagement because of YouTube algorithms and because my channel has been around since 2005. That's a long time. So obviously a lot of my subscribers are not even on YouTube anymore, which is why I'm working on more content, and I need your help to grow a little bit more. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.